y estuve un rato ahí, pero pues es que no quiero decir.
Esta no es solo la historia de las mujeres de acá, o sea, esta es la historia de la mayoría de mujeres que viven en condiciones de violencia, que viven en condiciones de calle.
Que no quisiera repetir lo mismo que me pasó anteriormente.
Guatemala is considered the most dangerous place for a woman in the Western Hemisphere. Most of the women are coming off of the street. They're coming from a place where you're open to attack, where you're open to abuse. These people don't have an experience of an accepting, comfortable home. And I think that stability is necessary to create a foundation for them to then pursue the greater opportunities in life. My name is Eric, and I started Honeyball a couple of years ago. It really came down to like what does the country need the most? And I think that just a quick Google search shows that the two major problems that this country faces is poverty and violence against women. And so those things just kind of bubbled right up to the surface. I hadn't had much experience in this sort of work, but it just seemed like a clear place to start. Most cases start with someone coming to our door, either by their own volition or through a network of references, which would be like a government organization or another, an orphanage or somebody who knows about these women. They come to us with no resources, often with nothing but the clothes on their back, often very little education. Almost always they're struggling with an abusive boyfriend, an abusive husband, maybe someone who has beat them nearly to death. So they come in with this very difficult circumstance.
Mi nombre es Ana Patricia Caja Aguilar. Estoy aquí en Casa Panival un año. Desde que llegué a Panival han cambiado mucho y he aprendido otras cosas que, o sea...
And the first couple of months is just to get people to relax a little bit and to kind of get away from that feeling of running away or that feeling of anxiety of having to hide.
Y también aprendí a ser un poquito más responsable. También he aprendido más a sonreír porque yo era de que no sonreía y un poquito seria.
That happens through daily exercise, it happens through a sense of community here in the home, it happens through 3 stable meals a day. Everyone in the home has individual therapy sessions and group therapy sessions. People talk out their issues, talk out how they're feeling. When residents start to feel a little bit more comfortable, we ask them to engage in kind of the next level, pursuing education and work experience and letting us provide those tools. So we have this kind of multifaceted team that helps work with all of the different aspects of people's lives, their children, their sense of community, their education. It's problem solving, it's new problems every day. You know, I think it's safe to say without exception, everyone living here would be on the street or in a situation that only seems advantageous to them because they're on the street. So for example, working in a brothel or you know, working unpaid in somebody's home. So many women come in here and it's not just them on the street, it's them and their infants. And that's really tough. And I think people are willing to make really unwise decisions that don't seem unwise at the moment. They're decisions based in desperation. Some of the basic moral principles of being human are fairness and justice and equal opportunity, and I think pursuing that is incredibly human. You know, everything you get is something you will lose eventually. We're all going to die, and so you get a mansion, you get a big car, you get whatever it is, and you're going to lose it. You have to plan on losing it. So I'm not sure that getting those things is actually much of an accomplishment. So I don't know, to me it seems more important to invest in human capital, to improve and strengthen human spirit and the human path forward, rather than caring about kind of our petty individual desires. I don't know, I think maybe it sounds kind of cheesy. I consider my personal purpose to promote justice and fairness And I do that very imperfectly. But I think that I'm doing it about as best as I can.